Thank you for joining us on Super Primetime Max. I'm Niranjan and I'm filling in for Arnab Goswami, who will be back very, very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, Republic TV broke the details of animal fat in the Tirupati Laddu. The Tirupati Laddu, ladies and gentlemen, very sacred to each one of us, and many of you are watching this have been asking us why we didn't debate it. But we were the channel that broke the story yesterday. We broke the story yesterday. We accessed the test report that proved it was beef fat, pig fat, fish oils that were used in the Tirupati Laddu. Ladies and gentlemen, we were all shocked in the newsroom when the news came in, and that is why we felt that this was a very big story. And across social media, if you've been following the story, the first channel that broke it nationally was Republic, and the Republic clip is going viral across India for the last 36 hours. And we thought it's time to debate this because it has hurt Hindu sentiments. We'll tell you all about that. I'm filling in for Arnab. He'll be back on the show very soon. Here are the headlines at 9 p.m. After Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu's explosive allegations of the sacred Tirupati Prasad being contaminated with beef traces under Jagan rule, test report drops another bombshell. Fish oil, beef tallow, traces of pork, indeed used in the sacred Tirupati Prasad. It's all on record now. Following the NDDB's explosive report, Tirupati top executive official goes public with double confirmation. But Jagan Mohan Reddy, his party YSRCP, continues to deflect the blame, calls it religious politics by Naidu. A shocking incident and a story being reported from Odisha. An army officer's family tortured allegedly in custody. Their crime? They reached a police station to report a crime. The army officer's fiancée goes public with her ordeal. She was tormented, kicked, harassed, assaulted by the police who were meant to protect her. Veterans across India lead the national demand to sack abusive cops in Odisha. A mere suspension won't cut it. 23-year-old Akshat Garg, riding his bike in Gurugram, met his end at the hands of a reckless, law-breaking Kuldeep Thakur, who seems to have got bail at breakneck speed. As a mother awaits justice and answers, the nation demands justice for Akshat, no matter his high-end political connections in Haryana. Prime Minister Modi will embark on the much-awaited US visit. Interesting time to be in America, and on the agenda will be the big Quad meeting, a bilateral with Joe Biden, CEO roundtable, and a big India diaspora event. And not to forget, a breakaway, maybe, with Donald Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, fish oil, beef tallow, traces of pork. These were the ingredients in a Tirupati Prasad, as mentioned in a test report accessed by Republic TV. Not just explosive claims being made politically, but undeniable facts emerging from the official report on the Tirupati Prasad that was tested. And as millions and millions and millions of people, it's the world's richest temple. It's a sacred destination for every Hindu. And the question that we want to ask is, was the sacred Tirupati Laddu tampered with under the Jagan Mohan Reddy regime because they let it happen, they wanted it to happen? Is this a matter of oversight or something more sinister? Here are the developments, and then we debate. We have a big panel on the show this evening.
Every day, nearly 65,000 to 70,000 people visit the sacred Tirupati temple, with crowds peaking at around 1 lakh on some days, like the annual Brahmotsavam. The go-to for millions of believers across the world with prayers and hope in their hearts. Recent allegations, fresh reports, and official statements have put the spotlight on whether the Hindu faith was toyed with under Jagan Mohan Reddy's regime. This has emerged as a matter of public scrutiny after Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu's scathing disclosures on the Tirupati Prasad Laddu.
టీకు బదులు ఈరోజు స్వచ్ఛమైన గీదెమన్నాం, ప్రక్షాళన చేయమన్నాం, నాణ్యత పెరిగింది, ఇంకా కూడా నాణ్యత పెంచుతాం. అల్టిమేట్గా వెంకటేశ్వర స్వామి మన రాష్ట్రంలో ఉండడం మనందరి అదృష్టం. ప్రపంచం అంతా మన దగ్గరికి వచ్చే పరిస్థితికి వచ్చారు. అలాంటప్పుడు వెంకటేశ్వర స్వామి పవిత్రతను కాపాడుకోవాల్సిన బాధ్యత మనందరిపైన ఉంది. ఇది కూడా చేస్తామని చెప్పి కూడా నేను మీకు తెలియజేస్తున్నా.
Republic Media Network has accessed fresh evidence, a report by the National Dairy Development. Fish oil, beef tallow, traces of pork, all of these were used in the Tirupati Laddus as per this report in black and white. To corroborate the findings of this report, the Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam has come out officially. Here the double confirmation.
Animal fat that has come as an annexure, it took some time for us to interpret that. What is that S value? So many, you will be confused. By that day, I didn't have that expertise. We consulted experts later on, and then we found that it has an animal fat also. We took some time to understand the report, especially the annexure 1 part, which is very clear now.
Soon after this statement by the top officer at the Tirupati Devasthanam, Jagan held a press conference which seemed to lack specific answers to the concern of the devotees. Jagan insisted on the aspect of a political conspiracy against him, but Jagan seemed to deflect from whether the laddu was laden with traces of meat under his regime.
I myself am writing a letter to the Prime Minister. I myself am also writing a letter to the Chief Justice of India also explaining to them as to how Chandrababu Naidu has twisted the facts and why action should not be taken on Chandrababu Naidu for having done so.
Nara Lokesh has vowed for stringent action.
I find it quite foolish that they deny these allegations. Two, it's not allegations. It's based on evidence. If you look at it, in the last 5 years of the erstwhile government, we've always told that the size of the laddu has become small, there is no quality, and everything, all the prices have gone up, where the common pilgrim is not able to reach the Lord. And startling facts came out, and we put the facts in front of the public. Now, why are they so scared about it? I think they should accept the fact that, yes, mistakes have happened, and we're sorry. But it's very sad to see the audacity with which they're trying to defend it.
As the demand for full disclosure to millions of devotees of the Tirupati Mandir grows, the question is, can a matter concerning divine religious faith of millions be brushed off as a political conspiracy?
Okay, so it's a very sensitive debate, and I'm requesting every panelist on the show to be very patient. Let's not allow our emotions to get above us. I'm going to introduce our panel now, and I'm going to go one by one. I hope that's okay with everyone. Sanju Verma, National Spokesperson of the BJP. Sridhar Nair, BHP Spokesperson. Dushyant Sridhar, Vedic scholar. Professor GVR Shastri, he's a political analyst from Andhra Pradesh. Dr. A.V. Ramana Dikshitalu, who is the former head priest at Tirupati, joins us live from Tirupati today. Konda Rajiv Gandhi, National Spokesperson of the YSRCP. Abdul Razak, political analyst. Atikur Rahman, a Muslim scholar. Professor Pulla Rao, a political analyst who leans towards the DMK, live from Chennai. Okay, thank you, sir, and thank you, Sanju, for joining us. I'd like to start with Dr. Ramana Dikshitalu first, who's the former head priest at Tirupati, and he has been raising this issue for many years now. Dr. Dikshitalu, if you can tell our viewers, when did you get to know about the impurities in the ingredients that are used in the Tirupati Laddu? And let me start with an anecdote, Dr. Ramana Dikshitalu. I was at the Art of Living Ashram, Art of Living International Center in Bengaluru, run by Sri Sri Ravi Shankar Guruji. I had gone to invite him for a Republic Kannada summit, which is, on the 27th of September. I went there, and after meeting him, before I said goodbye, he said, wait, before you leave, take the Tirupati Prasad, and he gave me the Tirupati Prasad in my hand. He gave a full laddu. He gave a big laddu. And I was so happy to receive that laddu because it had been a while since I had the Tirupati Prasad, and I was so happy, and I had a portion of that, and of course, I brought it to my office in Bengaluru, to our Republic Kannada office, and we shared the prasadam with everyone. Okay? I shared it with my parents as well back home. And among the many people who had a bit of that laddu, the Tirupati Prasadam, many of them, or rather I would say all of them, don't eat beef. Most of them don't eat pork, and many of them don't eat fish. And for them, this is as pure as it should have been. Dr. Ramana Dikshitulu, I'd like to start with you first. Can you hear me, Dr. Ramana Dikshitulu? Okay, I seem to have an issue with the connection. I'll put that to Dushyant Sridhar, because I think Dushyant will be able to put this in context to our viewers on what this means to all Hindus.
Namaskaram Niranjan, and namaskaram to all my fellow panelists. 2 weeks back, Niranjan, to set the context right, I was discussing on channels about the Tiruchendurai 1500-year-old Shiva temple in Tamil Nadu being a part of the Waqf board. Last week, I was discussing about the stone pelting that happened in Ganesh Chaturthi celebrations. This week, it is about the alleged adulteration in the Laddu Prasadam of Tirumala Tirupati. Next week, I don't know what will be the attack on the Hindus and the Hindu culture. That said, I just pray, sincerely hope that there should be more lab tests done on the laddu samples, on the ghee samples, and hope the allegation is false, because if it were true again, like concurrent titer value, I'm sure it has already shattered. It will only shatter more hearts of Hindu devotees. This is not about one's choice to have veg food or non-veg food. That everyone has the right to. But a temple is being governed by the Agama Shastra, and Tirumala Tirupati is governed by the Vaikhanasa Agama. And a Vaikhanasa Agama temple has a lot of stringent rules. And when reports such as this emerges that there is fish oil, there are traces of beef, fat, it just shatters the devotees. It is absolutely wrong, legally, morally, ethically, whichever way you put. And one thing, Niranjan, you did say that you did have the Laddu Prasadam given by Sri Sri Ravi Shankar ji. The moment it is Prasadam, I'm sure like how Raghavendra Tirtha treated the meat given by Nawab of Adoni, turned them into flowers, this Prasadam will do good. But at the same time, this is a very wrong practice of not following the rules given in the Tirumalai Ozhugu. Please remember that there's a 1,000-year-old document as to how to run the Tirumala temple called Tirumalai Ozhugu. And if rules are not followed this way, it is a very sad thing. I do not know when Hindus are going to stand up for ourselves, and then we are going to get all these temples relieved from whichever government it is. Government has no business to be in the temples, is my final point.
Okay. Let me get the first response from Konda Rajiv Gandhi, the national spokesperson of the YSRCP. The YSRCP seems to be of the opinion that this is religious politics or something like that. It's not just religious politics, Rajiv.
Yeah, good evening to you and honorable panelists along with me and the viewers. First of all, this is a politics being played by Chandrababu Naidu just to create a feeling and opinion to the public on Jagan Mohan Reddy as an anti-Hindu. Let us, I agree with Dushyant ji also. Why? Because he said many valid points. Before being a political party representative, I am a Hindu, I am a citizen of India and a devotee of Tirumala Tirupati Devasthan, Srivaram. We have few questions. See, on your screen, you're showing a laddu in a person's hand, and there were 3 arrow marks coming, stating one as buffalo, and one as some pig one, and one as fish oil. See, being a devotee, it was being a little bit hurting. Because as I accept
didn't it hurt you? Rajiv, didn't it hurt you? Didn't it hurt you, Konda Rajiv Gandhi? Didn't it hurt you when you were in power and you allowed all these corrupt companies to get the tender? Didn't it hurt you when you allowed corrupt companies to get the tender with adulterated oil to use beef tallow and pork traces in the laddu? You were in power. What are you talking about?
If you're done with your
You're
question,
saying
I'll give
religious
you the
politics
answer.
and whip up sentiment. Aren't you angry? Aren't you angry, sir? Let me tell you one more thing. Let me tell you one more thing. No, let me tell you one more thing. No, let me tell you one more thing. 1 minute. I'll add one point and I'll let you speak. I'll add one point.
Yeah, please.
I'm not saying anything more, but I will tell you, had it been any other religion, and I won't name any religion, by now fact checkers would be tagging countries in the Middle East to boycott India. Okay? So please don't take it lightly, sir. Don't take it lightly.
Have you done with your point? Can I?
Yes, of
Can I
course. Please
speak
go
on?
on.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. Well, I am not taking anything light. Definitely, we should all fight for our Hinduism rights, no doubt. But some kind of politicians and political parties in our democratic country like India using this Hinduism as a mask and trying to trigger politics relating to
what are you talking
religious
about?
activities.
1 second.
I'm
Kondar
against
Rajiv,
that.
I want to
I'm
stop you
against
right
that.
there. 1 minute. I want to stop you right there, sir. If you haven't,
Why, sir?
do you
Why
have
don't you give me
that
an
report in your
opportunity,
hand? Do you have that
Sir,
report in your hand?
Sir, sir.
I'm asking you a question. Do you have that report in your hand? I have the report in my hand. I'm not talking off my hat.
You need to give 60 seconds minimum time.
No, I will give you, but don't talk about
time.
whipping up Hindu sentiments. Come to the point. Tell me how did beef tallow? Tell me how did beef tallow, lard? Tell me how did. 1 minute. Answer the question. How did these people get the tender? Come to the point. Come to the point.
I'm coming to the point only. You are not letting me to say my point.
Because you're not coming to the point.
For 30 seconds at least. You have waited for Dushyant ji na? Why are you interrupting me?
Because you're beating around the bush and I have 9 panelists. Go on.
Yes, you at least, I'm urging
Go
you
on,
to
go
give
on,
30
go on.
seconds. You're not even waiting 30 seconds.
Go on.
Yes, see, one thing, for the test which is conducted, I'm again asking you, clearly if you see the report, it is ghee, not the laddu, ghee or any other ingredient before going into the temple for the usage of either Annadana Prasadam or for the Naivedyam or for the Laddu Prasadam. So whatever it may be, there will be a test of 3 phases. Only if the product or the ingredient qualifies the 3 tests only, it will be allowed into the Naivedyan Shala or what we call Pottu. So other than that, there are many kind of
Kondar Rajiv Gandhi, I have given you 30 seconds. I have given you 30 seconds.
Is clearly a
Sir,
political diversion
listen to me.
game being
Kondar
played by
Rajiv Gandhi, I have
Chandrababu
given you
Naidu.
30 seconds.
We are
1 minute,
demanding a
listen to me.
CBI
Calmly.
inquiry, sir. We
Calmly.
are demanding a CBI inquiry.
No, 1
We
minute.
are demanding a sitting judge inquiry. How can we prove ourselves that we are not guilty?
1 minute.
Some people like you and some
1
reports
minute.
should come
Kondar
in.
Rajiv Gandhi, I
After the
told you.
report,
See,
then
this is the
are
problem. I let you speak and you go get off the hook. Just 1 second, please. 1 second.
Is it right in the
I
political
started
manner?
my... Okay, I was asking my question in English. You're responding in English. And my question in English was, who allowed the companies that brought in adulterated ingredients to make the laddus, namely ghee? And my question was clear in English and you beat around the bush again. But I'll give you another chance again. Hold on. I want to bring in Dr. Ramana Dikshitalu because he was supposed to be the first speaker. I'm coming to you next, Sanju. Sanju, I'm coming to you next. He's the head priest, former head priest at Tirupati. He knew about it. Dr. Ramana Dikshitalu, for how long have you known this? How many times have you raised the red flag, sir?
Excuse me?
Sir, this question is to you, Dr. Ramana
Audio is
Dikshitalu.
bad. Yes.
For how long, Dr. Ramana Dikshitalu, have you known this? And how many times have you raised this issue in the past?
Yeah, since last 4 or 5 years, this has been going on, and I have observed a decrease in the quality of the prasadams, including laddu, and the aroma, the taste, and the shelf life also of the laddus. And there has been unhappy discussions between devotees about the same outside the temple also after they received the laddus as prasadam. And my concern is, besides laddus, there are other prasadams like rice varieties and other sweetmeats also prepared with the same ghee, and they are being offered to the god every day, 3 times a day, and on different occasions also, on festivals. And we have a Dittam, which is a manual of Agam Shastra, which prescribes the varieties of prasadams to be prepared at different times of the day and different quantities of prasadams to be offered to the god on different timings and the duration of the offering ritual also. So what happened, I observed not only laddus but the rice varieties also, they are not as tasty as before, and the aroma is gone, and the total sanctity was lost with the prasadams being thrown away by the devotees because they tasted bad. So I was very much concerned about this, and I approached the then executive officer and the board of trustees chairman and explained to them about this situation and requested them to look into the matter and set things right. But they never responded. So I was alone in the fight because my fellow priests also, they didn't join me because of their own personal
You're saying the
reasons.
same, Dr. Ramana Dikshitulu, are you saying the same oil was used? Are you saying the same oil was used in not just laddus, across the temple in food that was distributed elsewhere?
Yes.
The same corrupt companies, the same companies that got the tender from
Yes,
perhaps corruption,
Yes.
right? Used these adulterated
Exactly,
ingredients.
Because since last few years, before a few years, Karnataka Dairy Farm was supplying us pure cow ghee to prepare the prasadams, and the prasadams tasted good and the aroma was good, shelf life was good, laddu was loved by everybody. And the Annaprasadams also are very tasty and they are fit for offering to the god. But later on, for their own reasons, they changed the supplier and they selected some local vendors to supply cow ghee, which is in huge quantities, about 60,000 kgs per day. So all these things happened for their own reasons best known to them. And the adulterated ghee was supplied, and the prasadams are being prepared with this adulterated ghee. And only 3 or 4 days ago, we received a very rude shock that the lab report of the cow ghee mentions that it has got the animal fat, the vegetable fat, and other ingredients which should not be there in a cow ghee. So it was very much painful for me to know that I had been offering adulterated food, prasadam, to the god with my own hands, and as a priest of Lord Balaji, I felt very much pained and frustrated about this.
I want to bring in Dr. Ramana Dikshitulu. Stay with me. I want to bring in. I'll tell you.
Quantity of the prasadams.
Dr. Ramana Dikshitulu, just hold on to your point there, sir. I'm coming to you because I want to get in the political point. I'll tell you why it's a political point. He's calling it political. Religion, politics,
No,
or politics. No, 1 minute. Dr. Dikshitulu, hold on, because I don't want to drag you into the politics, but just hold on to your point there in that moment. Just hold on to it. See, he says 4-5 years. Last 4-5 years, who was in power? Sanju Verma. Who was in power? It was a YSRCP. And Jagan Mohan Reddy, while addressing the media, claims TDP is politicizing religious matters. Beef tallow and lard made by rendering the fatty tissue of pig. It's not a political issue. It's about the sentiments of millions of devotees visiting the temple. I mean, I don't have to stress this, but the YSRCP has to answer. They are answerable. Sanju. We can't say it's not political. It is political.
Niranjan, am I audible? Because I'm sitting miles away in the US. I just hope my audio is fine.
Go on. We can hear you.
Thank you.
I don't say it's political. Only thing the bureaucrats or the...
Dr. Dikshitulu, that question was for Sanju Verma. Dr. Dikshitulu, that question was for Sanju Verma. Just hold on, sir. I'm just getting the BJP's response and coming back to you. I'm taking the BJP's response and coming back to you, sir. Just 1 second. Just 1 second.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, please go ahead.
I'm sorry, the audio is not clear. I'm not able to understand what you're asking me.
Sure, I'll try and be clearer, sir. Yeah, Sanju.
Thank you. So, Niranjan, first things first. Is this a political issue? Yes. Is this a religious issue? Yes. Is this an ethical issue? Yes. Is this a socio-cultural issue with wider ramifications? Certainly, yes. My point is simply this. Why is it that each time Hindu Astha is desecrated, we have an entire bunch from the other side of the cabal giving intellectual cover fire to the perpetrators, to the desecrators? I'll just say this. I always have facts handy, and as you rightly said, this is a sensitive issue. I don't want to be misquoted. This is what Shyamala Rao, one of the executive members of the TTD board, said after this entire controversy broke out about pig fat, animal fat, beef tallow and fish oil being used in the Tirupati Laddus. He says the ghee sample is a concoction of all various factors, various ingredients, and pure milk fat normally should have a reading between 95.68 to 104.32. Listen carefully. He says in the preparation of the Tirupati Laddus, the pure milk fat should have a reading between 95.68 to 104.32. But all the ghee samples that we investigated had readings, had values of between 18 to 20, which means that the ghee samples and the ghee supplied to us was highly adulterated. Instead of having values of between 96 or 104, the value of the milk fat, the reading came at between 18 to 20, meaning thereby that the ghee was, very largely adulterated and was spurious in its content. Point number one. And this is the executive member Shyamala Rao of the TTD Trust. This is not the BJP saying it. The National Dairy Development Board has conducted a prima facie investigation, and they have also said that yes, the ghee supplied to the TTD Trust for preparation of the Tirumala Laddus was largely contaminated with spurious content, spurious ghee having animal fat. But the most important point is this. Is it that people are trying to label YS Jagan Reddy as anti-Hindu? I just have one thing to say. In 20 seconds, this is the data that I've culled out and it's in the public domain. After his spectacular victory in 2019, YS Jagan Reddy's government, 338 Hindu temples desecrated in 2019, 437 Hindu temples desecrated or destroyed in 2020, 562 Hindu temples destroyed or desecrated in 2021, 683 temples desecrated or destroyed under Jagan Reddy in 2022, and 897 Hindu temples desecrated or destroyed in 2023. But what was very shocking for me was when I saw and when I read that between 2020, can I just finish?
Yeah.
Between 2020 and 2022, more than 2,500 temple trusts were declared null, void and disbanded by Jagan Reddy, and more than 3,700 temple trusts were auctioned off at dirt cheap prices, saying that we are unable to manage these temple trusts. I mean, how can Jagan Reddy auction away at dirt cheap prices temple trusts? How can he allow desecration of Hindu temples? And most importantly, how did he disband, declare null and void more than 2,500 Hindu temple trusts? If that is not being anti-Hindu, tell me what is.
Yeah.
And do you remember,
I just want to
Niranjan, just last point. Do you remember, Niranjan, in 2019, YS Jagan Reddy went to an event at Dallas in the US and he was asked to light a diya, and he refused to light a diya, saying that, he follows Christianity and he is not allowed to light a diya. So then they lit an electronic lamp. Yes, I can see the spokesperson of YSRCP grinning and laughing and smirking, but that is the harsh truth for you. You are so particular about your faith. You do not even light a diya on foreign shores. Whereas when Hindus
have a point after your completion.
prasadam mixed with beef tallow, Hindus have their prasadam mixed with pig fat.
Now I want to ask you one minute. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you. No, I'll tell you one more thing that happened. Just 1 second. Sanju, I'll tell you. Because, I have a point to make. Dushyant, and I want to have all the panelists on the screen, because Dushyant made a point at the beginning of the debate. He started by talking about how many Ganesh pandals or processions had been attacked And Dushyant, I have some breaking news for you because I'm traveling from Bengaluru today. Last night in Davangere in Karnataka, we broke the story on Republic Kannada of how another procession was targeted, stones pelted, flags waved. I'm not naming the religions, but another Ganesh procession was pelted. We have pictures of the pelters pelting the cops. Cops have been hit. Everything is back to normal today, sir. Everything is back to normal. It is normalized. Attacks on Ganesh Pandal procession is normalized. It's become par for the course. It's become normal. And you know, I have the YSRCP spokesperson here, and my question is to Professor Pullarao. Professor Pullarao, I want to ask if there is no political responsibility taken, why not? Because the TTD chair, the board, sir, let me read out the members of the board. The chairman himself, Bumana Karunakar Reddy of the YSRCP, Udayabanu Samineni, MLA, YSRCP, Tippeswamy, MLA, YSRCP, and even the BJP must be questioned and can be questioned fractionally though, because there is also SR Vishwanath Reddy, who is an MLA from Karnataka, BJP MLA. But there are, I am getting the full breakup, I'm going to give you the breakup, but Pullarao, can you deny the fact that there is political accountability to be given in this particular case?
There is political accountability all the time for any government agency, whoever heads it, whether you're a minister, whether you're a speaker, whether you're a chairman of a corporation. But let me just point out one thing. I've heard all the others, and nobody disputes anything. And as you said, let's handle it very sensitively. The main thing is this started yesterday? What kind of chairman were appointed earlier? Earlier, if I may say so, the biggest liquor merchant of Karnataka and Andhra was chairman of TTD for 5 years. Before that, there was a contractor, Congress nominee, a very big contractor. He was there. What kind of chairman in various parties appoint? I am not trying to defend YSRCP. I definitely hold them accountable. It happened during their watch, if it happened, and they have right to ask. My question here is, lots of times I hear BJP saying we want a temple. Fair enough. Want the temples, you have to build a structure for it, to take it over. The Islamic mosques, they have their own structure. The churches are centralized. What do we have? Who will take it over? I just want to bring one point. Tirupati temple was under the Madras Charitable Religious Act 150 years ago. They took it over from the priests that time, saying that they were misbehaving, etc. There was public demand also. Then it came over to Andhra Pradesh later on. You need change. But what kind of change? You have to have a form for it. And let me tell you, I think I've been to Tirupati more than all of you. So don't come there and say you don't know this. But last 10 years I stopped going. Because, it became too vulgar in its way of influence. Vulgar. Every step of the way, you felt small. Either you have to bribe somebody or you have to get somebody's influence, the rude behavior. I did stop. But before that, I don't think anyone. I still feel very sad that I don't have it. But what is the thing you're offering? Today, Chandrababu Naidu has one opportunity. He can say, take the temple out. But will he do it? And there is a BJP which are his allies. They should ask for it, but they're silent. You see, therefore, I would simply say, when an error of this kind of thing is found, detected, or complained about, you take it to the logical course. Nobody objects to it, but do it fairly. Yeah. And don't make it just a blame for the temple is too big, too great for one person to have saying this is the only fault there. Sir, I don't agree with it.
Sir, I'll tell you the classic. Historically in India, one of the biggest debates has been about the control of temples. Why do political parties,
might have very well have done it,
Professor Pullarao,
and I condemn it, but let us look at the larger picture. You want the temples. Who wants it? Who's going to take it over?
Political parties want control because they want to control the funds. They want a share of the pie. They want to decide who gets the tenders. They want to decide the companies that provide the ghee, because obviously there are kickbacks involved, right? There's a cut, there's a share involved. In Bengaluru, there's a company called KMF which makes Nandini ghee. Nandini ghee that, the former head priest just said, Nandini ghee was being supplied to Tirupati for years together. Isn't it true? Mr. Nair, Nandini ghee was being supplied, but they cut off Nandini ghee because it was expensive. The amount of cut, the kickback or the cut would be very less with Nandini ghee. They cut it out, right?
So what were you doing, Mr. Nair?
During the COVID, how will we know?
For last many years, Nandini ghee was supplied for making laddus and other prasadam. Why was it discontinued? And why this shady operator vendor came into picture? This is betrayal of lakhs of millions and millions of Hindus. And our point stands corrected that the temples across the nation should be freed from the clutches of government. Hindu Samaj, Hindu society is capable enough of taking care of all the temples. We want all the temples to be freed because politics is involved. This crypto-Christian, we all know YSR, Rajshekar Reddy, Jagan Reddy, they have been hardcore crypto-Christians. They ran a conversion mafia. Districts like Anantapur, districts like Kadapa, we saw massive conversion. This is all because of that. They had ensured that their near and dear ones, relatives, they come on the board of TTD, and these are the people who did all this act. So we demand a major investigation. Already the NDDDP, the National Dairy Development Board, reports are out. And we want a CBI inquiry, and all those who are found in this heinous criminal act which has hurt millions and millions of Hindus.
Listen,
they should be behind bars and they should be given lifetime.
Listen, Nair, listen to the names and affiliations of some of the gentlemen, some of the very distinguished names. If I can just speak to all the panelists, some of the distinguished members of the TTD panel. The YSRCP spokesperson is not here, I see. I think he's left the debate. He left the debate. The YSRCP spokesperson has left the debate.
All are cryptos.
No, 1 minute. Listen to me. Bhumana Karunakar Reddy, Chairman, TTD, YSRCP. Ponnada, wait.
He's the one relative of Jagan
Wait. Ponnada Venkata Satish Kumar, MLA. Venkata Subba Reddy, YSRCP. Chande Ashwartha Naik, YSRCP. Venkata Subba Reddy, YSRCP. Gadiraju Venkata Subbaraju, YSRCP. Milind Narvekar, Shiv Sena, Uddhav Thackeray, R.V. Deshpande, Indian National Congress. 1 minute, hold on. Razak, speak when you're spoken to. Very decent debate. Everybody speaking when the turn comes. S.R. Vishwanath Reddy is the BJP MLA. I said there is one BJP MLA there as well. P. Sharat Chandra Reddy, also member of TTD. Guess who he is? He is the director at Aurobindo Pharma, who was also arrested by the Enforcement Directorate. So you have this bunch of very, I would say, suspect people.
Niranjan.
Some suspect people. Yes, Shastri. Shastri.
Not one Hindu less, but an enemy more. This has
no. See, that is Sanatan board. It is not a coffee board. The government never contribute even one rupee. Neither a union government nor a state government. This is a 1600 crore scam. Because 700 grams ghee.
How are you saying 1600 crore?
I'll tell you, I'm coming here, I'm giving you all the information. 700 grams ghee, if you put these all ingredients, then becomes the weight of 1200 grams. Then, see, if you 3.5 kilos of normal ghee, along with these ingredients, it's a 6 kilo of ghee. So in that case, almost 50% is completely adulterated. That is the story. First of all, the government must tell, Tirupati TTD, previous TTD board must say how many times they forwarded test report for outside. They never got tested. They don't know. They have to prove they are testing. They are not testing at all. That's not working. That's what present exist EO is saying and the EO and other people are saying. It's not existing. It is a completely knowingly. They should be hanged. They dare to touch the Hinduism and divorce the Asta. It is a crores of people Asta. They played with it.
1 minute.
They played with it.
Shastri, one second. Shastri, hold on. I have two more panelists who have been spoken. Shastri, let me bring in two more panelists. Shastri, hold on. Two more panelists haven't spoken. No. I'll tell you, wait. Shastri, hold on.
It is not a political debate.
Shastri, we have 20 minutes more. I'll give you your turn. We have 20 minutes more. I'll give you your turn. Hold on. Shastri, hold on. Abdul Razak hasn't spoken. Abdul Razak had a view and he was live on Republic Kannada, on a debate on Republic Kannada. And can you believe it or not? Abdul Razak, ladies and gentlemen, on the debate, felt that halal certification was required to avoid such embarrassment. Those were the words of Mr. Abdul Razak who felt halal certificate is required
Exactly.
to avoid such incidents.
Whosoever
No, I
is
want to hear
heading
his
the
gem.
board.
I want to hear his gem. Shastri, wait. Shastri, don't speak out of turn. Shastri, don't speak out of turn. Don't speak out of turn. Hold on. No, Shastri, hold on. See, debate becomes a market. 1 minute. Shastri, don't do that.
Halal certificate got to do
Shastri,
with
don't do that.
our
Hold
temple
on.
affairs.
He hasn't even spoken, man. Hold
करो,
on.
धर्म भ्रष्ट हो गया तुम्हारा.
He hasn't even spoken. 1 minute. Abdul Razak, I'll give you 30 seconds.
Niranjan.
Yeah,
Will
go
you
on.
like it if I ask you to have pork?
Niranjan,
Will you like it?
whosoever is
One
the
minute.
government.
One minute.
Whosoever
Will
is
you like it if I
the
ask you to
heading.
have pork?
I
He
don't
hasn't
need this
spoken. He hasn't
background.
spoken.
Pork is served
Sanju, he
within the
hasn't
premises
spoken.
of a
You said
masjid.
it.
1 minute. Sanju, he hasn't spoken.
Pork is served within the premises of a
Sanju,
masjid.
he has not
Do you
spoken.
endorse that?
Sanju, he has not spoken. Please, let him speak for 30 seconds. Yes, Abdul. I want to hear your point about halal
Niranjan,
certification and what you
whosoever
thought
is
about-
heading the board, whosoever is the government, I as a devotee should be careful about my faith. Whatever I am eating, is it halal for me? I am saying halal does not mean you have to preach any Islamic religious texts. You don't need to do any kind of namaskar or chant any kind of verses.
Don't
I am saying
mess with
halal
our
means pure,
temple affairs.
just a kind of test.
Abdul Razak,
Please
don't
go
mess.
ahead and make a test.
You take care of
Whether
your
it
own
contains
affairs.
anything adulterated.
We don't force you to
whether
eat
it is-
pork.
Arre, don't speak
We
in between.
don't
Now,
force you
listen
to
to you
eat pork.
peacefully. Please listen to me.
Please.
1 minute.
Don't
I don't want
mess
to
that
with
case.
our temple affairs.
No, I don't want this to take a... No, I don't want... No, 1 minute.
Khaniye na
No, 1 minute.
mind your own
1 minute. 1 minute. 1
Arre,
minute.
you people ate pork
Hamare
all the
1 minute.
time.
1 minute. Hold on.
I'm saying don't eat pork.
You low-class converts have no right.
You ate
You
pork,
low-class
not eat it.
converts have no right to
प्रसाद
speak on
समझ
our
के
language, on our
गोमांस खा
temple.
लिए. अभी भी शर्म नहीं आ रही आप
You have
लोगों
no
को.
right to talk about our temple.
Razak, 1 second. Razak, 1 minute. Razak, 1 second. Razak, Razak, listen, I'm not allowing 1 minute. Okay. No, let's put the audio down, please. Put the audio down, please. 1 second. Audio down, 1 second. Razak, 1 minute. See, we are having a decent debate. So far, we've had a decent debate. I don't want anybody's sentiments to be hurt. You have no right to speak about the sentiments
We
of
are not hurting
a fellow
anybody's
panelist. And I
sentiments.
request
We are
Nair also.
saying
Nair, wait.
halal is a test.
Mr. Nair, wait. Hold on. Mr. Nair, you two
Halal is
just...
a
1
test.
minute, 1 minute. Okay, on your
Whether
point.
it is
Okay, on your point.
or
I got your
impure.
point. You're saying don't call it halal certificate, but certify it. You're saying certified. Don't give...
I am saying Niranjan ji, see, Niranjan ji, whosoever is doing whatever, you
1
as
minute.
a devotee,
1
you
minute.
be careful. Now,
1
madam
minute,
is
1
in the
minute, 1
US.
minute.
She will go and eat ice cream.
I'll
It
tell
will
you.
definitely contain
I'll
pork.
tell you.
I suggest,
No, 1 minute.
I suggest Sanju Verma.
This is I find it extremely 1 minute. I find it extremely amusing. I find it extremely amusing. 1 minute. Abdul, I think I lost a signal there. Okay, signal is frozen. Your signal is frozen, Abdul. Your signal is frozen. I just found it. 1 minute. Please don't speak over each other because I have to make this point, and I have to make this point. 1 minute. I found it extremely rich coming from Abdul Razak, who has just scraped out of a controversy in Karnataka where people accused him of bringing in dog meat instead of mutton. It was a controversy, but of course the tests were conducted. It was found to be mutton. That's a different thing. But I found it very rich coming from you that you are saying food must be certified, etc. Abdul, and something on the lines of halal. I mean, I found it extremely, how do I say it, amusing. But I have a point. I have a point. I have a point. 1 minute. His link is still frozen. His link is still
I
frozen.
need to make a quick point.
1 minute. His link is still frozen. His link is still frozen. I want to ask Dushan. Okay. Sanju, 1 minute. I want to ask Dushan one point. I'm going to Atik. Atik, I'm coming to you with this point that Dushan is making. Because today, there was a very interesting tweet from Pawan Kalyan. Pawan Kalyan said, and he spoke about the Tirupati Laddu issue, and he made a very beautiful point. He said, maybe the time has come to constitute a Sanatana Dharma Rakshana board at a national level to look into all issues related to temples in entire Bharat. It's a powerful idea. Why not? Why not?
You're asking me,
Yes,
Niranjan?
Dushyant, you. Dushyant.
Okay, very quickly, Niranjan. I value the intent of Sri Pawan Kalyan, where he feels that the rights of the majority community should also be equally protected. I don't disrespect that. But my point is, when the government is holding all the temples across different states, what difference will it make to have a Sanatana Dharma Rakshana board? I feel the government should exit the temples and leave it to the Hindus. The Hindus, all the castes of the Hindu religion, should come together, have equal representation, and should be able to ably manage and administer the temples. I don't think the Sanatana Dharma Rakshana board will make any sense when the government is still holding the temple.
Atik hasn't spoken. Atik hasn't spoken, Mr. Rao. Mr. Rao, I'll give Atik his turn. He hasn't spoken yet, and then I'll come to Sanju. Yeah. He hasn't spoken. Poor guy.
Niranjan, this is a very, very serious issue. And I really go by what Dr. Raman said. And he's really concerned, and this is not for today or tomorrow. He said since 5 years, he's echoing his voice. He was alone. I want to understand from the VHP spokesperson, Mr. Nair, that when you peep into the houses of your neighbors, one day you find that your own house has reduced to ashes. You always spoke of the Muslims, what the Muslims are doing in the madrasas, and look what you are gaining out of it.
Hello.
What are you saying?
1 minute. No, 1 minute. Sanju, no, 1 minute. Sir.
And the
1 second, sir. This is, sir, can I please, no, 1 second. Atik. Atik, please don't find this as an opportunity to throw stones at the Hindu community. Please, 1 second. Hold on. No, 1 minute.
I am going to
Sir, this is corruption. Hello. Atik, this is corruption. We are debating corruption. Please hold on. It's about Hindu sentiments. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. I have a problem with the audio line. Sanju, I have a problem with the audio line. I have a problem with the audio line. It's not clear. It's choppy. I'll just reconnect him. Please reconnect, Atik.
Can I come in, Niranjan?
May I please make my
Sanju
point?
and then Puller out. Sanju.
Yeah. For a change, we are having a very sensible debate on a very sensitive issue, Niranjan. I always say that the devil is in the detail. And let's be very clear about one thing, that in 2021, the size of the Tirupati Devasthanam board was raised to 81, including 51 special invitees by YS Jagan Mohan Reddy. And you know why I'm quoting these numbers? For the longest time, guess who was heading the TTD Trust? Who was heading the Tirumala Trust when Jagan Mohan Reddy was the chief minister? It was his own uncle, his brother's, his father's brother, YV Subbareddy. And what Mr. Nair of the VHP said, I fully endorse. Can I just finish, then you can speak.
Atik, I'm coming back to you. Just let her speak. Atik, I'll come back to you. Let her speak.
In 20 seconds, can I just finish?
Atik, let her speak. I'm coming back to you.
Getting so rattled. For the longest time, the uncle of Y. Jagan Mohan Reddy, YV Subbareddy, was heading the Tirumala Trust. It was being run like a corporation, and yet it failed to deliver because there was zero accountability. The key members of the Tirumala Trust were people like N. Srinivasan, the chairman of India Cements, a close friend and a close buddy of Jagan Mohan Reddy. The other key member of the trust who was taking all the decisions was the chairman of the My Home group called J. Rameshwara Rao, again a close buddy of Y. Jagan Mohan Reddy. The third person who was the key decision maker was the Hetero group chairman, Parthasarthi Reddy. So point number one, the Tirumala Trust under the aegis of Jagan Mohan Reddy was being run like a personal fiefdom with his key buddies from the corporate sector taking in the key positions at the trust and doing what they will, brazenly flouting every norm, every rule of the rule book. Point number two and my final point. Niranjan, can I just finish? My final point, can I just finish?
Okay, yeah.
Can I finish my final point?
Atik, I'm coming to you. 1 second. Atik, I'm coming to you. Let her complete her point.
Can you shut up? I'm just finishing my point. Can you just hold your horses? Can you shut up for a change?
Okay, Sanju, complete your point. Sanju, complete your point. Atik, hold on. I'm coming to you. Sanju, complete your point.
I don't know why this guy is giving me background music. Please shut up for a change and listen to what I have to say.
Please, Decorum, come on.
I fully endorse what Mr. Nair of the VHP said. YS Jagan Mohan Reddy's father, YS Rajashekara Reddy, was he a crypto-Christian? Yes. Is Y. Jagan Mohan Reddy a crypto-Christian? Yes. Is Jagan Mohan Reddy's sister, YS Sharmila, a crypto-Christian? Yes. Is Jagan Mohan Reddy's mother, YS Vijay Amma, a crypto-Christian? Yes. Is Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy's brother-in-law, Anil Reddy, a crypto-Christian? Yes. Is Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy's uncle, Y.V. Subba Reddy, who ran the Tirumala Trust, a crypto-Christian? Yes. Now tell me, crypto-Christians under Jagan Mohan Reddy were running the Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam Trust for the longest time. Can you imagine a Hindu or a Buddhist or a Jain running a masjid or a mosque? No, that will never happen. It is because we Hindus...
Okay, I'm running out of time. I want to give the last word to Atik. Okay, I have to give the last word to Atik. Atik, I couldn't hear him. In all fairness, I'll let you speak, Atik. 30 seconds, quickly.
Niranjan, my simple proposition is that all this happened since so many years, and the custodians of the Hindu Astha, the PHP, the Bajrang Dal and the RSS, were they in deep slumber? Was Sanju not knowing that these crypto-Christians are ruining the faith of my Hindu brothers and sisters?
No, but I'll tell you one thing.
Why would they?
No, I'll tell you one thing. No, I'll tell you one thing. No, 1 minute. Sanju, I have to end the debate. Sanju, but I have to say, Sanju, I have to end the debate. But I will end by saying, please listen to me. Shastri, wait. There's a very serious point. Please don't speak. It's a very serious point. There is Dr. S. Shankar of the BJP also on the TTD board. There is also Vishwanath Reddy, SR Vishwanath Reddy of the BJP. There are 2 BJP MLAs. I think the BJP should question them as well. Were they in any way involved in the decision making? I agree that 80 to 90% of the political appointees were of the YSRCP and the Congress and opposition allied. But the 2 BJP MLAs should also be questioned. I think BJP, you should do that.
Have a sense of proportion, Niranjan. Have a sense of proportion.
That is what I said, fractionally, right? I said fractionally, in all fairness, okay? Thank you very much for joining us on this debate. Very sensitive debate. Trending nationally, a story broken by Republic TV 2 days back continues to be one of India's biggest talking points. Thank you for joining us on the debate. Arnab will be back soon on Super Prime Time Max. Thanks for watching.